year, new hope, aka new dope. Put it in my veins. Now, let's get right to it, man. Let's break down this schedule, baby. Like again, NFL Network was trying to hold it to themselves. The NFL wanted to keep it under the ironclad, lock and key. But you can't stop us, man. This fin out of water, man. We got that dope, man. So let's go ahead and show them what the dope is, bruh. So, Rod, man, bada bing, bada boom.
Bada
I
bing,
present
bada
to
boom.
you the 2025 Miami Dolphins schedule right here, live on Fin Out of Water. So, how do you feel about this schedule? Were you able to look at the schedule? Do you have some marquee games, ones that you are really, really interested in? Where are you with this, man? Talk to me, brother.
So yeah, man, I was able to take a peek at the schedule. I actually have it written down. I even have my predicted win-loss total, which I'll get to at the end of the segment.
Okay.
But this is what I'll say, Herbie. I'm surprised the NFL did the Dolphins in some ways a lot of favors and in some ways a disservice, and I'll explain. The early parts of the schedule are extremely favorable, in my opinion. And I know, Fin on the Water is a general football podcast. Obviously, me being a Dolphin fan, we highlight the Dolphins, but so I'm sure some fans may disagree with my list towards the end of it when I go through it.
Right, for sure.
But I'm just being honest. I'm just everybody has their somewhat objective yet biased views of every team, right? Because we don't keep up with every team to the degree that like I keep up with the Dolphins, right? We all have our perceptions of every team. So I just want to get that out there. But looking at the schedule, man, like to start the season, Herbie, you look at the first 4 games. Now, granted, I didn't like the fact they gave us 3 straight division games off the bat. Like
Yeah,
it's
out
just
the gate was crazy.
like
Out the
3 straight
gate,
division games, right?
Patriots, Bills, and Jets back to back to back. They just said, fuck it, bro. You gonna be hey man, you up there anyway. Just go to the other 2 teams. Fuck it. You already in
Facts.
Massachusetts. Might
Yeah.
just slide to New York real quick. So that's what they hit
Slide and
you with.
stay there. Slide and stay there. They're gonna be up north for a whole week, though. Or I mean, for a whole month. You know what I'm saying? So, but look, we start the season right. We start the season at the Colts. We get the Pats at home. We get Buffalo, and then we get Buffalo on Thursday Night Football. We get the Jets on Monday Night Football.
All right.
So that's not too bad. Like the way I got it here, right? I'll go through my list as we go along, right? So I had at the Colts, Herbie. Look, y'all listen, man. Anthony Richardson is starting at quarterback, man. That's a W.
That's a
That's a
W.
W. That's a W.
Two
Um,
L's make a W. Yeah.
that's a W. So the Patriots one is interesting. And look, for my fellow Dolphin fans out there, I want y'all to forgive me because to speak somewhat favorable or highly of a division rival is always frowned upon, and I understand.
As
I
it should be. As
as
it
it
should
should be.
be.
But I try to do my due diligence and be objective as much as I can,
Of
unless it's the
course.
Jets, man. Fuck the Jets. But
Big FUs. Double up.
I I do think Herbie the Patriots are going to be a better team this year because I like Drake May as a player. As a Patriot, can't stand him. But as a player, I think he could be a pretty decent quarterback. We'll see what
Yeah, for
happens.
sure. For sure. For sure.
But that's a W. That's a W. It's in Miami.
What? W.
That's a W.
Bring
That's a
them L's
W.
together to get a dub.
So now we get to the interesting one, Herbie, and I don't know what it is. And this is like somewhat of a spoiler alert. Out the Dolphins in prime time, I'm not gonna be too favorable to them because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. And I've seen some fans who are just like, "Oh man," because bro, Herbie, they gave the Dolphins 6 primetime games.
Which is that's pretty like
Like what? Why?
yeah. Yeah, that's
Like
I
why?
mean clearly the Miami Dolphins have to rate well. Like we could have the jokes, people who try to clown on the Dolphin fans, they could get their jokes off, but they gave them 6 primetime games. The they don't that's not by happenstance, right? Like at the end of the day, football is a TV product. And we want to highlight teams that people watch. So whether it's people that's watching to hate on Tua, whether it's the actual fan base, whether it's the old school Dolphin fans, for the numbers have to say that they warrant 6 primetime games. That's just a fact.
And you know what, Herbie? Here's the thing. Like I see some fans, they see the primetime games and they're just like, "Oh man, they hooked us up." And Herbie, I don't feel that way. I
No, you
this
guys suck on primetime.
Herbie, we are an embarrassment on prime time. Like
Yeah, for sure.
every time we'll have one good primetime game a year. Like last year, our good primetime game was the Rams game. The year before, our good primetime game was the Patriots game. And we don't even play that well. We just win. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm never a fan. So unfortunately, Dolphin fans, first L of the season, Thursday night football, we ain't beating
Turn
Buffalo.
that W
Buffalo.
upside down, man. Split it apart, man. You got an L, man. Damn, first one, man. But we still
First
2-1,
one.
baby. We still 2-1, baby. We
Two
still
and
two
one.
and one, baby.
Two
Come
and
on,
one.
come on. Let's
Actually,
go down. Let's go down to Carolina, man. Get Bryce Young and Ted Mamero or whatever the hell his name is out of there, man. Jimmy Horn, bro. You a Florida boy, bro. No disrespect, but get out of here, man. We 3-1. We ain't even gonna talk about the Panthers, dog. Now,
oh, and don't forget the Jets, Herbie. We 4-1. We
oh
4-1.
yeah, you form, man. Let's go, man. We actually we do have to highlight the Jets. That is a division rival, bro. So, what do you feel about that team? Because you know who the Jets do have. They do have your arch nemesis. They do have your Thanos. They do have your dark side, and his name is Justin Fields, right?
Any quarterback that can run the ball, Herbie, is a severe threat to the Dolphins, man, and everything they stand for. We can't handle mobile quarterbacks and tight ends, Herbie. And great quarterbacks too on the defensive side. They've never seemed to fare well. But look, when I look at it, Herbie, the Jets will probably play some tough games against us just because Justin Fields, the last time he played us, had like damn near a historic game. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
we just can't
He had his
handle.
coming out party against y'all. Like
Yes,
the game that the Justin Fields supporters who were like, we believe in Justin Fields, they could point to that game that he played against y'all, where he literally ran wild on y'all. Like, like he had his way with y'all. That was the time where I realized, oh, he might be the best athlete in the NFL. Like he was running away from the Dolphins that game, bro. It was
yeah,
pretty
dude.
crazy, bro.
He played an absolutely incredible game, right? And here's the thing about the Jets. Here's what I'll say from a football perspective. They hired Aaron Glenn. Um, Listen, his defenses with the Lions, when they were healthy last year, they were actually pretty damn good, right? And the Jets are a team. They lost some defensive talent. They still have some talent. So we'll see where they rank defensively, but it's the Jets, man. There's no way I'm going to sit here and say we lose to the Jets. Impossible. Impossible. So you knock the Jets out. The Carolina Panthers, Bryce Young, yeah, he looked all right at the end of the season, but am I afraid of Bryce Young in Carolina? Nope. W. That's a win. Next game, the Chargers, Justin Herbert. Now,
Okay, so
granted,
let's stay on this one, right? So this is at a much more pathetic level. This is Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning, right? Like at a significantly more mediocre level. But this is what it is, right? Like that. This is a real rivalry for whatever reason. This we know the reason, but this is a real rivalry right now. So, what do you feel about this Chargers and what kind of challenge may they pose in the second year with Jim Harbaugh? In the second year in this system, they got Omarion Hampton. They drafted good. They have Lab McConkey. You know they're going to try to run the ball down your throats. They got Najee Harris, and then they still drafted a first round running back, bro. So what do you feel about that game in this regard? Because it's not going to look like similar Dolphin Chargers game at all.
well, and that's the interesting part about this game, though, Herbie, because you could make the argument that both teams might be on the same thing when they meet next year, right? The Dolphins beefed up their offensive line. We still drafted a running back to go with the two backs we have in HN and Jalen Wright. But I'm expecting this will be probably one of our most exciting games. Like for whatever reason, the Dolphins Chargers games dating back to Tua and Justin Herbert's rookie year, they're always they're fascinating games to watch. Like they're never
Yeah.
like those two have never had a bad game. Like Tua had a really bad game one of the times they played, and that's what made it fascinating because he like was historically bad in that game. But outside of that game, like Tua has the one up on Justin Herbert, and they're coming to Miami, and I do expect it to be a tough game because Jim Harbaugh. One thing he proved last season is that he was able to. Here's the thing: the Chargers had Brandon Staley. They brought in all this awesome defensive talent, and they were a terrible defense with all the talent they had. That wasn't the case last year. Jim Harbaugh came, he instilled old school dinosaur, run the ball, play defense type of football. And you know what? That type of football, Herbie, will still win you games because some of the other best teams in the league run that same formula. That's what the Lions did. That's what the Ravens did. That's what the
Mm-hmm.
Bills do. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? All the great, some of these teams have great quarterbacks or they have excellent passing attacks. But at the end of the day, going up against the Chargers, and that's the thing, Herbie. The thing for the Chargers that I see is at what point is Justin Herbert going to wake up and be like, "Yo, I'm way more talented than I play"? And granted, some people will say, "Oh, he doesn't have receivers and whatnot." But dude, like at some point, Justin Herbert has to let his nuts hang. Herbie, he did it his rookie season, right? He won Rookie of the Year. You know what I mean? And ever since then, it just seems like he's like Alex Smith with he's like a far more talented version of Alex Smith in terms of just how conservative and safe he plays. Not to say that he's not a good quarterback. He is a good quarterback, Herbie, but you would like to see more aggression from a guy with his type of talent. Some people will blame what's around him, who knows. But I expect it to be a really tough opponent. But regardless, Herbie, it's a W. It's a W,
It's a
man.
dub, baby. It's
It's
a
a
dub,
W.
man.
It's a dub.
Now, now, week 7. This has all the makings to be one of the most hilarious games ever, bro. Because either you guys are going to lose to the Rolodex of quarterbacks that the Cleveland Browns are projected to have out there. They might have all 4 quarterbacks playing each quarterback per quarter, bro. Joe Flacco first quarter, Dylan Gabriel second quarter, Kenny Pickett coming in the third, and then you got your closer, Shador Sanders in the fourth. Man, you who knows, right? But but you guys have to beat the Browns. You
That
got
boy
to beat
said
the
they're gonna have
Browns.
a quarterback staff, bro.
You
Damn,
got you got
baseball
to
has
beat the
people
Browns,
staffs.
man. You got to beat the Browns, man. All
That's a
right.
W.
Okay. Week 8, Atlanta Falcons. How you feel about that one?
So on my list, that's an L. But the reason why I did that wasn't particularly because of the Falcons, because I do think the Falcons will be better. I liked what little I saw of Michael Penix. He's going into his second year, his first year as a starter. He should be pretty good for them. But I marked it as an L, Herbie, because I know the Dolphins, even some of these other
Yeah, you're gonna be
W's,
due for one at that point.
we're due for one.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I gave the Falcons the benefit of the doubt that they'll be a good enough team competing with the Bucks for that division. And we're in their house, we're in their dome. I chalked that one up. Now, Herbie, this is where the schedule gets real for us, dog. This is where
Now,
shit gets real.
now it's real. Now it's real. You 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 had your number one nemesis. You had Thanos. Yeah, dog. This is the Empire, man. This is the Empire, man. This is this is the rebellion. This is the Clone Wars. This is all of that rolled in one, bro. This Rogue 66. This all of that, dog. You feel me? This is the Baltimore Ravens, man. Your number one op. Like you would think it'd be somebody out of your division. Nah, man. It has become the Baltimore Ravens, bro. They
Herbie.
are they are your barometer. That is what they have become.
They are this Herbie. This is the midseason boss battle, dog. That's what the Ravens game is going to be. It's going to be the game against the Ravens is the midseason boss battle. Here's an interesting nugget, though, Herbie. To my knowledge, Tua against Lamar Jackson is 2-1. So in the Tua era, the Ravens haven't dominated us as badly. Last season, I think it last season? No, I think it was the season before last season. They destroyed us when we went to Baltimore. Like that was just 56. They put up a 50 burger, man. Prior to that, we had 2 pretty good games, one defensive game, one crazy shootout. So I'm not quite sure what to expect at this point in the season, but given our history overall with the Baltimore Ravens, Herbie, I chalked and listen, Herbie, outside of the Jets, I'm probably not favorable to the Dolphins in any primetime game just because I know my team. Like I know my team, so it's Thursday night game. I chalked it up as an L, man.
It's a
I think
Thursday night
Baltimore
game. It's gonna be
in
in
Miami.
Baltimore. Is that no? It's oh yeah, it is in Miami. Okay. Because I was gonna say it's a Thursday night game and it's gonna be in Baltimore. Week 9 probably be a little bit colder weather, but it is gonna be in Miami, bro. So that is definitely a leg up for y'all, right?
Yeah,
Because this is the advantage that y'all boys are gonna have. The Baltimore Ravens are gonna come in on Wednesday. A lot of the Baltimore Ravens live in South Florida. A lot of them boys probably gonna slide and they want to go out. And on Thursday, them boys might be a little hangover, you feel me? Might be a little, you know what I'm saying? Might be a
Yo,
little booby
woozy.
trap, you know what I'm saying? You feel me over here, you know? Might be a little Rolex over there, you feel me? Might be a
Might
little
slide the Cocos
KOD.
real quick. You
Might
know what I
slide the
mean?
old school Cocos, you know what I'm saying? Who
Yeah,
knows?
yeah.
Who knows? Them boys might not be all the way locked in. You feel me? They might be on 95 South, going in places that they got no business being in, bro. So just think about it. Think about it.
I'll keep my eyes open, man.
Keep your third eye open on that one, man. All right. You are following this up. This is nasty by the NFL, bro. This is
Nasty
a
one.
stretch. This is a run. You are going Falcons, Ravens, then Bills, then Commanders. But we'll still with matter of fact, we could blitz through the Bills because it's a division game. What is there really to say? I definitely want to get your opinion on that Commanders game. So let's blitz through the Bills. Winner loss.
I put win because Herbie. At some point, we got to beat these niggas, bro.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
at some point, we got to split with them. Like, listen, I chalk it up in Buffalo. They usually tear our ass up. They've been doing that for years. But at home, we're not in the cold. You don't have that excuse anymore. Granted, it won't be as hot, but we're home, Herbie, and hopefully by this point of the season, given the record they'll have based on my list, they should be a good team, right? So, dude, you got to take down the big bully of the division at some point. You got to do it. You can't come close because last season they came close and they took the L at the end because of a bad play by Jordan Poyer, which set the Bills up. You know what I'm saying, to basically finish off the game. We can't have that. We can't have any almost wins. We gotta take one, Herbie. So I mark this one as a W.
Okay, here's the big one, man. You guys are at home. The problem is the home is Madrid, Spain. You will literally be on the other side of the planet for this game.
Crazy.
So, the NFL is trying to expand. I'm not gonna say trying to. They are expanding. They are trying to dominate on a global level. Now, granted, it's never gonna be like that because at the end of the day, it's not basketball and it's definitely not football, right? Those have a chokehold outside of America, right? But hey, if you can do it, right? I'm
Right.
pretty sure it's gonna sell out. The Mexico games do great numbers. The London games always sell out, right? It's
Always.
funny
Yeah.
because the London games, they don't even care. You'll see like 7 different jerseys in the crowd at the London game, right? And
Yeah.
we'll see if they could make it all the way to Spain. I'm assured that this wasn't by happenstance. That they're not gonna just go to Spain if they don't feel like they could sell a bunch of tickets, get a bunch of whatever, right? However, their global expansion puts you at a disadvantage, which means that you have to sacrifice a home game and play in Spain. Now, I know that a lot of players hate international games because it completely wrecks their schedule. And
Right.
then two, they don't know what to eat. So them dudes be hangry. It's really
Facts.
and it's an international game against a great potential team. Yeah, they ain't do you no favors at all, dog.
Nah, they didn't do us any favors, man. And and look, the Commanders, Herbie, talk about having one season to completely change the perception of what your team is, right? Like even when you go looking at the list, if you go look at any list of most anticipated games coming in the year, the Commanders they share several spots, right? Like the emergence of Jaden Daniels has completely just changed their entire just destiny of their franchise, and we're gonna actually have to play these guys on a neutral site. And you know what, Herbie? I'll be honest with you. If this were a traditional home game, I would have given it to the Dolphins. I would have said, "We got that." I think we steal one from them boys. But on a neutral site, in a prime time kind of game, right? Because we said the Dolphins have 6 primetime games. They have 5 traditional primetime games, and the international games are technically prime time games too. Granted, they come on at all kind of times, usually 9 o'clock. But this is a showcase game. And the Dolphins,
Right.
the last showcase game we had, we embarrassed ourselves against the Chiefs. So, for me, if it was a home game, I'd actually feel a lot better about it. But I'm gonna chalk this one up to the Redskins, man.
Okay, man. All right, so what we're gonna do, we'll blitz through the last couple of games because the full slate of games have been released. So we got all the Sunday night football games. We're gonna blitz through the Thursday night football game, Sunday night football game, Monday night football games, and then we can go ahead and get your marquee games as well, man. So I'm just gonna go rapid fire for the last 5 games, man. New Orleans Saints,
New
double
Orleans
L.
Saints, W.
New York Jets, week 14.
W.
Pittsburgh Steelers, Monday Night Football.
Primetime game on the road. L.
Week 16, Cincinnati Bengals.
Probably
Another
going to be an
primetime game.
primetime game. Probably going to be an awesome shootout. It'll be a moral victory. An L.
Yes, and you guys, and there's going to be a little bit of a storyline because now this is the first time that you guys played Bengals since the last time that Tua got that concussion, the pincer concussion, the one that was on primetime on Thursday Night Football that everybody saw, right? So there's going to be a storyline with that. Last two, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Bucks, listen, Herbie. I respect the Bucks as a team. I know they'll be a good team, but you're another Florida team. We can't let you come to our house and beat us. That's a W. Can't let
All
that
right,
happen, man.
and to finish off the season, New England Patriots.
We split this. We split the season with them, man. So they take it in New England, man. I'm actually gonna give them one.
All righty, man. All right, let me go ahead and share this tab instead.
Oh, and totaled all together, that record totals out to 10-7, which is not crazy to think about because the last time Tua was a full-time starter, we won 11 games. So a 10-7, that's not crazy.
That's not crazy at all, man.